Hello there, and welcome to High Five! Another op attack with Brute Squad. So obviously, High Five. I'm taking a hit here. I'm not taking a hit, I guess I'm doing a hit. Whatever. Anyways, the point is, I'm taking a crack at High Five because that's what you do. Now, a few, I guess, maintenance things to kind of cover here. Number one is these attacks are pretty darn old. They're kind of a blast from the past, if you would. I don't even really remember how old, but they are definitely pre-hero. Actually, for that matter, they're a lot of things, I guess. So with this particular attack, as you can see, I went up kind of through the middle. Normally what we would do with this attack is coast through the left-hand side, take out all the boom cannons, kill a bunch of stuff, blah 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 blah. But instead I kind of smoked my way through the middle, and because there was only the one rocket launcher and flamethrower, so it made it really easy. And then kind of coasted around the, I guess, back, we can call it maybe, say, 1 to 2 o'clock. Unless you're a crazy person who would consider that noon, or 12, or whatever you want to call it. So, my whole theory being, you know, if I can set myself up roughly in this area, I can hopefully, you know, have a nice safe spot and finish off the core. Unfortunately, as you can see, I did take some pretty heavy losses, partially from the mines down at the bottom, partially from the rocket launchers and whatnot, so, you know, it is what it is. But still overall a fairly good attack. Now the one thing that I really did get to practice, which I was very happy with, was dropping the flare right on the edge of the map. So when I flared myself up into this corner, excuse me, I placed the flare right against the wall. What that does is it causes the Zookas to kind of suck in together and make a nice tight little line, and then cut through all those crazy mines and whatnot without doing too much trouble. Now, unfortunately, I lost a few too many. I wasn't able to finish things off, so KSS, our Brute Squad janitor, had to come up and clean my mess. He really is the janitor. Like, he comes in and cleans up what the other people have screwed up. So, fantastic job by him. As you can see, he threw his flare way to the back, you know, doing the same thing I did, and then you get a nice tight little line that's nice and easy to just coast right through all of those pills, right past the launchers, and into the safety of the, I guess, cleared corner now, and able to take down the core. So, like I was saying, these attacks are so old, there are no heroes in them. It's also back when Brute Squad was being, I guess, not hamstrung, but we were definitely slowed down by the amount of intel we could produce. Fortunately, with all the changes, now we can obviously pump out a lot more intel and have used all of that extra intel to move ourselves further up in the op ladder, chain, whatever, difficulty levels, however you want to put it. The point is, we're doing much harder level ops now because we've got the intel so that we can actually do it. And it's kind of funny to like look back at these levels and be like, wow, that's a really easy high five. Where do I get one of those again? Like, Jesus. Or here's an even better one. Newfie, one of the guys who actually is no longer with us, rocking the T-Med attack on, well, this is a tiny quantum, like 84 force points. That's something else. Honestly, I can't even remember the last time we saw a quantum. Oh, maybe we saw one. I don't know. The point is, the quantum is pretty small, but there have not been any T-Med attacks in quite... oh wait, hold on, no. It was Tank Mania, I forgot. Some people were goofing around. On Dead End, there were extra attacks. Some people were doing tank stuff. It's not supposed to sound as dirty as it might have came out. They're doing tank stuff. Right in the tank. So, as you can see, Newfie is rolling around up the right-hand side. I gotta say, having, like, kind of recap this to remember what was going on, this is a really fantastic attack. Like, if you are in the Stronghold, I guess what else is in that? Like, sour grapes. Like, if you're in that area, that region of op, this is a great example of a way that you can approach Quantum, where you can just roll up the right-hand side and do some crazy, crazy damage to it. Especially if, you know, you're, I guess, like, you're gonna need some boost, and you're gonna need some maxed level stuff, but, like, if you're up there, this is a great way to do it. Assuming, you know, you want to tank things, I guess. When you're in that, like, in that range, it's still, tanks are still viable. Once you start getting up a little higher, not quite as viable. And even I feel like at the Stronghold level, it was kind of like 50-50. Like, certain attacks, you could really kick some butt with the tanks, kind of like this one, where Newfie did an absolutely fantastic job. But then, like, other attacks you do with the tanks, and it's just like, no, that is, you could have gotten a lot further with just Zooka even. So, you know, like, it is what it is. Definitely don't discount them yet, but later on, maybe not so much. Now, another thing I totally forgot about that I really wanted to mention was, I don't know what happened. These were recorded a while ago. I unfortunately do not have every attack that was done. I believe we finished Stronghold in 11, but for some reason I only have 3 of the bases, so I apologize, but at least you'll be able to see some fantastic attacks for those 3 bases. 2 of them being 2 shots, and 1 of them being 1 shot. That's, you know, 3 bases and 5 attacks. That leaves, I guess, 2 bases with 3 attacks each, maybe? Yeah. But it was mostly like a time concern, just because when you start getting into, like, the more and more cores and the higher level ops, the videos start getting longer and longer, and an absolutely fantastic attack from Underhill there, almost soloing. Like, it was a scratch away. Very, very nice attack going up into the sweet spot. And then Craze rolls in to finish things off with, instead of the direct hit the core approach, a nice soft destroy all the buildings until the core blows up approach, which sometimes, let's face it, can be kind of fun. And again, it's another example of the T-Meds rolling out that you just don't see anymore. It really does make me feel a little nostalgic, kind of like, oh yeah, I remember when T-Meds was a thing. Especially with, like, T-Med weekend being this weekend, I was like, oh, I remember T-Medding my way through everything. The good old days. Also, the good old days when, you know, you could take a tank up against a machine gun and not lose. Come on, you miss those days, you know you do. But regardless, another, you know, interesting, I guess, strategy that maybe, you know, is worth it. Maybe you guys, you know, need to think about it. If you're, say, just getting started in the ops, sometimes you don't have to go straight after the core. You don't have to go directly for the core. You can rely on damaging all of the other things and having that extra damage clear the core for you, allowing, say, maybe a much lower level player farm even nodes. You know, have the player sit back, farm nodes, and contribute in a much greater way than they normally would be able to. Anyways, all in all, thank you very much for watching. This is Stronghold, or at least part of Stronghold, in 11. Got a lot more coming. We have been hitting the ops hard, and I'm looking forward to getting to some of the newer stuff with much fancier attacks. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.